the guardian in the twilight, Anubis beyond the beast. Gather close, and let us speak of guardianship. Let us speak of the one who waits in the twilight between the sand and the river, between the beating heart and the eternal silence. Let us speak of Anubis. To the modern eye, he is instant recognition, a figure, sleek and powerful, with the head of a wild canine, a jackal atop the body of a man. Hollywood, in its endless quest for the monstrous, has often reduced him to this, a werewolf-like creature, a symbol of primal fear, a half-man, half-beast to be vanquished. But this is a profound misunderstanding, a theft of a deeper, more comforting truth. The ancient Egyptians did not see a monster. They saw a protector. They saw the one who held the keys to eternity. To understand him, you must first smell the air of the Nile Valley, feel the sun-baked earth, the life-giving black silt of the river, and just beyond, the relentless, shimmering desert. The Egyptians were a people of perfect order, Ma'at, defined against the chaos of the desert, the Ishvet. And what creatures haunted the edges of that chaos, prowling the desert wadis where the dead were buried? The jackals. Their haunting cries filled the night. So, what did the pragmatic, spiritually profound Egyptians do? They did not cower. They deified. They took the very symbol of the threat to their eternal rest and made it their greatest guardian. Anubis, the jackal, became he who is upon his mountain, watching over the necropolis, ensuring no physical or spiritual desecration. His black skin wasn't the color of decay, but of fertile soil, a promise of rebirth. His role was not one of menace, but of meticulous care. He was the divine embalmer. The myth tells us that when the god Osiris was murdered and dismembered by his brother Set, it was Anubis who invented the art of mummification. He tenderly wrapped the body's remnants in linen, creating the first mummy and allowing Osiris to be reborn as the lord of the afterlife. This was no savage act. It was the first sacred act of surgery, of preservation, of love. Priests who performed mummification would even wear jackal masks, not to terrorize, but to channel Anubis's divine skill, to become his avatar on earth, ensuring the deceased's body would be a perfect vessel for the soul's journey. And what a journey it was. This is where Anubis's true majesty shines. He was the guide, the psychopomp. Imagine the terrifying disorientation of death, the darkness, the confusion. The soul would awaken to find not a monstrous beast, but a calm, jackal-headed god extending a hand. He was the compassionate usher through the labyrinthine terrors of the Duat, the underworld, leading the soul to the one moment that defined all eternity, the weighing of the heart. This is the scene described in the Book of the Dead. Picture a grand hall, silent and awe-inspiring. There stands the scale. On one side, the feather of Ma'at, representing truth, order, and cosmic justice. On the other, the deceased's own heart, filled with every deed, every thought, every sin. And who presides over this most sacred and terrifying of ceremonies? Osiris may be the judge, but Anubis is the master of ceremonies. With a steady hand and an unblinking eye, he adjusts the scale. He is the embodiment of precision and fairness. He ensures the measure is true. There is no malice here, only absolute balance. If the heart was light, it was Anubis who would lead the justified soul to Osiris for their reward. If it was heavy, and the devourer Ammit awaited, it was not Anubis's vengeance, but the soul's own failure. This is the crucial dichotomy Hollywood misses. The hybrid form of man and beast was not to show a loss of humanity, but a gain of divine power. The human body represents reason, order, and purpose. The jackal head represents an intimate, innate connection to the mysteries of death, the desert, and the protective spirit. He is the perfect fusion of the civilized and the wild, the known and the unknown, tasked with bridging the greatest unknown of all. Modern theories suggest this evolution in his role, from possibly an early lord of the underworld himself to the loyal son and minister of Osiris, reflects a political and theological shift in ancient Egypt. As the cult of Osiris grew, it subsumed older deities, but Anubis was too essential to discard. His integration into the Osirian mythos as the loyal son who prepared his father's body is a narrative masterpiece, seamlessly weaving the old guardian into the new order without losing his power. So, the next time you see his image, in a movie, a video game, a book, remember the truth behind the silhouette. That is not the grin of a werewolf hungry for flesh. It is the serene countenance of the first mortician, the first grief counselor, the first guide to the stars. He is not the fear of death. He is the answer to it. He is the promise that in our most vulnerable moment, when we stand alone on the threshold of the infinite, we will not be met by a monster, but by a guardian, a figure of calm precision who will take our hand, check our worth, and if we are true, guide us gently home. That is the legacy of Anubis, not a beast of horror, but the gentle, jackal-headed guardian of the dead.